In the quiet corners of my mind where chaos often reigns, I find a refuge in the simple act of breathing. It's funny how something so fundamental can become a lifeline, a tether to the present moment. I remember the first time I stepped onto that mat, the world outside fading into a distant hum. The instructor spoke softly, guiding us through the motions, but it was the child's pose that caught my attention. It seemed so unassuming, just a gentle folding of the body, yet it held a profound power. As I settled into the pose, my knees wide, my forehead resting on the mat, I felt the weight of the world begin to lift. It's as if the earth embraced me, cradling my worries, my fears, my relentless thoughts. In that position, I could surrender. The gentle stretch along my spine, the release in my hips, it was a physical manifestation of letting go. I could feel the tension in my shoulders, the tightness in my chest, melting away like ice under the sun. In those moments, I learned to breathe deeply, to inhale the calm and exhale the chaos. The breath became my anchor, a reminder that I was alive, that I was here in this moment, and that everything else could wait. The world outside my mat could be a storm, but within this space, I found stillness. I began to understand that anxiety often stems from a fear of the unknown, a worry about what lies ahead. But in child's pose, I was reminded that I didn't have to chase the future or dwell on the past. I could simply be. I often think about the symbolism of that pose. It's a return to innocence, a moment of vulnerability. In a world that often demands strength and resilience, child's pose invites us to soften, to yield. It's a reminder that it's okay to feel small, to seek comfort, to allow ourselves to be nurtured. I've had days where the weight of my responsibilities felt unbearable, where the anxiety clawed at my insides, but when I sank into that position, I felt a shift. The world didn't disappear, but my perspective did. I learned to embrace the stillness, to listen to the whispers of my heart. In those quiet moments, I could hear the truth beneath the noise, that I am enough, that I am worthy of peace. The worries that once felt insurmountable began to lose their power. I realized that stress is often a product of our own making, a narrative we tell ourselves about what we should be doing, how we should be feeling. But in child's pose, I could rewrite that narrative. I could choose to be gentle with myself, to acknowledge my feelings without judgment. And so, I returned to the mat, time and time again. Each session is a reminder that I have the tools to navigate the storms within me. The breath, the pose, the stillness. They are my allies in the battle against anxiety. I've learned to cultivate a practice that extends beyond the mat, a way of being that honors my needs, that prioritizes my mental health. As I rise from child's pose, I carry that sense of calm with me. I step back into the world, not as a warrior ready to fight, but as a gentle soul, equipped with the knowledge that I can always return to that place of peace. The stresses of life may come and go, but I have found my sanctuary, a simple pose that reminds me to breathe, to let go, and to embrace the beauty of simply being.